Hello, thank you for joining us for week 3. If it's your first time, it's great to have you here. And if you're joining us again, thank you. We're so glad you found it useful. Third time lucky, so hopefully we'll have no technical difficulties this time. Hope you're all doing okay and you and your loved ones are safe. The main things we've looked at so far are what we can and can't control, as well as stress and resilience. But why should we focus on our mental health? Our mental health influences how we think and feel about ourselves and others, and how we interpret events. It affects our capacity to learn, to communicate and to form and sustain relationships. It also influences our ability to cope with change, transition and life events. What we're going through right now is a pretty significant change, transition and life event. So it's really important that we focus on our mental health and do what we can to make sure we feel okay and can cope as best as possible during this time. I just wanted to share something before we look into how we can improve our sleep. Our thoughts become things. Your mind believes what you tell it. So try to feed your mind with kindness. Feed it with love and hope. Feed it with truth and positivity. Winston Churchill said, "Our attitude is a little thing which makes a big difference." Change your perspective and mindset. Finding the positives and what you are grateful for is so important during this time. And by practicing it now, you'll be forming healthy habits for the future too. We're all facing restrictions in different forms in an attempt to minimise the transmission rate and impact of COVID-19. But there is no denying that life in lockdown is hard. Being confined to our homes presents an array of challenges, but one particular issue, which is common for most, is sleep disturbance. Good quality sleep is always important, and now more than ever, as it helps to maintain a positive mood, contributes to the energy and stamina needed throughout the day, and supports the overall ability to cope with and sustain a lockdown lifestyle. Having a well-rested body will keep your mind clear and focused, benefiting your overall health. Professor Kevin Morgan is a sleep expert and has suggested 5 ways we can improve our sleep quality. Firstly, maintain routine. Routine is the guardian of good sleep quality, as it helps to keep our body clock in sync with a 24-hour day. Try to go to sleep and wake up at the same time each day, as this provides an anchor for your body clock. And if you're able to, maintain your usual schedules for meals, coffee breaks and work periods. Meal times in particular provide your body with important time cues which keep it in sync with the 24-hour day. Napping is a tricky one. Going through a big change like this is exhausting, mentally and emotionally. We therefore need to allow ourselves additional time to process the change and perhaps rest more than we usually would. However, when we're confined to our homes, it can be tempting to use our downtime to nap. In napping, when it's not part of your normal routine, you're depriving yourself from sleepiness, which should be greatest when we're going to sleep. Sleepiness is a valuable resource, so it's important to save it for bedtime. Exercise. Research shows that exercise levels in line with the World Health Organization recommendations, at least 30 minutes of moderate activity per day, at least 5 times per week, can also improve mood quality and sleep. We can contribute to our sleep quality by regularly moving and being active. This can range from going on a walk, run or cycle if you're able to, but also doing home workouts, gardening, cleaning your home, doing some dancing or going up and down the stairs if you have them. In line with routine, it would be good if that exercise can be taken at the same time each day. It would also be really helpful if that exercise was taken during hours of daylight, which brings us on to our next point. Let the light in. One of the problems with lockdown is that we're confined to our homes for hours on end, and a consequence of this is that we could so easily deprive ourselves of daylight. Daylight is really important for maintaining our body clock. Strong light helps to synchronise our body clock by suppressing melatonin, a hormone that begins to rise in darkness as we prepare for sleep. So try to sit in your garden during the day, or use your allotted exercise time during the daytime when it's light. Or for those who are unable to leave their homes, try to sit near to a window if you're able to. It's even better if you can open the window to let fresh air in and hear the noise of the world outside. The 4th area suggested by Professor Kevin Morgan to improve our sleep quality is managing stress. As we talked about last week, this is a time of worry and it's completely normal to worry and be stressed. But try not to take your worries to bed as they become a barrier to falling asleep. Instead, you should try to implement a worry buffer. Set some time aside, perhaps 20 minutes, every day to sit in a quiet place with a pen and paper and focus on the things in your life which are worrying. Try writing them down, and whilst you're processing them, try to also make notes of possible responses or solutions, or rationally think through your worries. And then, if these worries return when you're trying to sleep at night, You're now in a position to say to yourself, these worries are in hand. I'm already engaging in constructive responses to them. I cannot change anything right now, and you almost give yourself permission to just fall asleep. This links to what we thought about in week 1 and 2, with what we can and can't control, and having healthy coping strategies to build our resilience and handle stress and worry. And finally, eating and drinking. Your diet can affect sleep in a number of ways. In addition to keeping to usual meal times and making sure you are getting plenty of nutrients in, there are 2 other factors to consider: caffeine and alcohol consumption. Whilst it's great to factor in tea and coffee breaks into your day, we need to be mindful of how much caffeine we ingest each day. Not only is caffeine a stimulant for anxiety, but it also suppresses the chemical adenosine, which contributes to sleepiness and promotes sleep. As for those who are of legal age, you might be tempted to consume more alcohol than usual during this time, but alcohol breaks up our sleep during the night. It might make our sleep shallower than it would usually be, and excessive consumption can also cause us to wake up earlier in the morning than would otherwise be the case. So moderation is the key. Those are the 5 practical and really helpful tips from sleep expert Professor Kevin Morgan. Another suggestion is that you can try using apps which either provide guided meditation to help you sleep or white noises for those who perhaps feel isolated and lonely. This can provide real comfort. You can even search for white noise, rain, fireplace, river or nature on YouTube. For me personally, I find it really helps not to have screen time at least 30 minutes before bed, as a flickering screen stimulates me. So instead, I found reading or colouring in to be really therapeutic and actually make me quite sleepy and gradually switch my brain off, making it easier to fall asleep. You can also try an essential oil blend to spray in the room or on your pillow before getting into bed. This helps to relax the body and de-stress the mind. For me, I can associate the smell with being sleepy. Of course, there are several factors that can influence our sleep, children being one of them, and it's not always this simple. But perhaps try some of these suggestions and you can implement them gradually over the rest of the week. And hopefully you'll find yourself being able to fall asleep more easily and having better quality sleep. In today's session, we're also going to look at how we can work on our well-being. What does the word well-being mean? It can easily be described as feeling well. Our well-being includes having good mental health, high life satisfaction, a sense of meaning or purpose, and ability to overcome difficulties and achieve what we want in life. Past experiences, attitudes, and outlook can all impact our well-being, as can physical or emotional trauma following specific incidences. So it's no surprise that a pandemic is likely to have a negative impact on our well-being in some way. So when viewing yourself as a bank account, what is your current bank balance of well-being? I'd like you to take some time now to list or draw some of the things which you consider to be healthy deposits for your Wellbeing Bank account. Things that you do, feel and think which are helping to boost your well-being. If you think of it as a bank, these are things which are deposits you are making into your Wellbeing Bank. Thoughts or actions which are good for your health, that give you energy and improve your mood. Just jot them down or draw as many as you can think of. I'd like you to take some time now to list. Just going to use this time to do some shout outs. Hi to Diane, who's joining us from South Africa. Hi, Khada, who's in Birmingham, I believe. Hello, Karisha. Great that you are joining us. And lovely, we've got someone joining us in Israel. Hi to you. And hello to Marilise. It's great to have you guys joining us. So, some things that you may have written or some suggestions you can try. Gardening, doing DIY, watching your favourite series, appreciating what's around you, helping others, doing something active or creative, being outside, reading a book, online browsing, thinking of things you're grateful for, FaceTiming friends, baking or cooking, writing poetry, songs or stories, listening to music, and many, many more. So how frequently do you make these deposits into your wellbeing banks, which are good for your health, give you energy, and improve your mood? I'd now like you to take some time to just list or draw some of the things which you consider to be withdrawals from your Wellbeing Bank account. Things that you do, feel and think which are using up your energy and draining your well-being. Remember, we are considering our well-being as a bank. So these things are withdrawals you are taking from your Wellbeing Bank. Thoughts or actions which perhaps harm your health, affect your mood negatively, or add stress and worry? Just jot down or draw as many as you can think of. Hi, Charlotte and Lewis. Great that you're able to join us. Okay, so some things that you may have written down can include trying to be perfect, being exposed to excessive stress, not getting enough quality sleep, overthinking things, not interacting with other individuals, trying to control everything, not having regular healthy meals, blaming ourselves for the situation, endless drama, over worrying, comparing yourself to others, scrolling through social media, checking the news 24/7, and many more. So how frequently do you withdraw from your account, draining your mental health and well-being? And what is your current bank balance of well-being? How do you feel? Have you ever heard yourself saying, sure, I can do that, or I'll make time for it? Then later on, as you look at your diary, you realise that trying to fit that extra thing into your schedule leaves you feeling anxious, lacking energy, or stressed out. Overcommitment is a habit that many of us are challenged with. It can affect our health, work, stress levels, relationships, and our sanity. A healthy coping strategy we can use during this time is to make a daily and weekly wellbeing checklist. Just want to make sure that you can see it properly. Okay. So I've written this one as an example. You can write it on paper and put it up somewhere you will regularly see, perhaps on the fridge or on a sticky note on your bathroom mirror. You can then tick these off each day and during the week to ensure that you are making regular deposits into your Wellbeing Bank. Take time to analyse your level of tiredness at the end of each week. Consider your activities. If you feel overwhelmed, take more time for yourself. Cut down on your activities. Your energy fuel is not infinite, and once you run empty and burn out, it's very challenging to rebuild everything you've already accomplished. Take it step by step and make it manageable. Right now, we're overloaded with the situation around us, so it's really important that we take more time for ourselves and do what makes us happy. You'll find it helps to not only feel happier and to have a better well-being, but you'll also be more productive with what you do spend your time and energy on. We're now going to do our breathing exercise. So make sure that you're sitting comfortably wherever you may be, and you can have a sip of water before we begin. And when you're ready, and if you feel comfortable doing so, please close your eyes to minimise distraction and increase the focus on your own body. There might be noises or distractions around you, but try to ignore them and focus solely on your breathing. Concentrate on my voice and being in this moment right now. Allow yourself this time to unwind. We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. 2, 3, 4. Hold that for 4, 2, 3, 4, and then breathe out again. 2, 3, 4, and relax. 2, 3, 4. Make sure you are taking a deep breath and filling your whole chest. And breathe out again. Try to slow your breathing down, taking longer to breathe in and fill your lungs. Imagine the air coming in through your nostrils. Hold on to it, then slowly exhale and feel the air leaving your mouth along with stress and tension. As you continue to breathe, I want you to picture yourself being in a beautiful forest. Perhaps you are picturing a forest you have previously been to, or something you've seen on TV. You can also create this forest from your imagination. Either way, this is a safe place. The sun is shining and you feel nice and warm. Take it all in and think about what you can see when you look around. Are there big trees around you? The blue sky? Perhaps the sun is shining down, casting shadows. What can you hear? Leaves crunching under your feet, birds chirping around you. Maybe there's a stream in the distance and you can hear the water gently flowing. Make sure you're still taking deep breaths whilst you take in this beautiful forest. What can you touch? The bark of the trees. Is it rough? What about the leaves around you? Are they crunchy or soft on your fingers? What can you smell? Can you smell the fresh forest air? Perhaps it's been raining. What can you taste? Are there any berries you can eat? Picture yourself standing in a little clearing in the middle of the forest, and just taking all of the surroundings, becoming more aware of the finer details around you. What colour are the leaves? What kind of bird calling can you hear? Sense the warm sun on your skin. Imagine looking up into the bright blue sky. Can you see any wisps of cloud? Enjoy being in this peaceful moment all to yourself. You are safe. You're surrounded by this beautiful nature and creation. Inhale deeply through your nose, and as you exhale again, just let all the stress and worry leave with that breath. As you inhale, breathe in the peace and calmness of your surroundings, and as you exhale again, breathe out the negativity and fears. Slowly breathe in and enjoy this moment right now. Be aware of your body, and slowly exhale again, letting it all go, and just relax. Allow your shoulders to drop. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, and when you're ready, just slowly open your eyes again and come back into the room. I hope you found that relaxing. This visualization breathing exercise can be helpful to just take you away and bring peace and calmness. You can visualize being in your favourite place with your favourite people and just enjoy that moment. So just to recap, today we looked at a few ways we can improve our sleep quality: maintaining routine, regularly exercising, spending time in daylight, managing stress and having a worry buffer, and being more aware of what we eat and drink. You can also try listening to white noise and having no screen time before bed. We also thought about our bank of wellbeing. We need to regularly check in and make sure that we are making more deposits than withdrawals. And remember to do things that make you happy. You can write down a daily and weekly wellbeing check and think about how you're feeling at the end of each week and whether you need to make any changes in order to feel better. So just a final thought on that note. Try to remove as many negative influences as you can to make things more manageable. Just going to finally do some shout outs to Bex. Hi Bex and Tom. Hi Tag. Hi Tag and Tom as well. Too many Toms. And hi to Tani Tisha joining us from South Africa. Great to have you guys here. Hope you found it useful. So next week we'll be looking at perspective and balance. Thanks for joining us again today. We hope you found it useful and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Please get in touch using our social media or email if you or someone you know is struggling. Take care and stay safe.